If you always find yourself glued to the screen every single chance that you get, I'm going to tell you that the phone itself isn't the issue. And I have a feeling that's not what you were expecting to hear, but I really want to talk to you about why that is. I'm not sure if you noticed this yourself, but a lot of people out there talk about, the dopamine you get from watching short form content. That's everybody's attention span is cooked, as they put it, or that you've trained your own algorithm to be the way it is. I suppose there's some truth to that, but I think the biggest culprit, and not many people really mention this, is the fact that the phone isn't a replacement to anything. It simply helps you fill the void that you're feeling right now. You don't reach for your phone all the time because it's irresistible. You reach for it because it is the alternative to feeling nothing. You reach for it because it is an alternative to an empty evening of no plans, no friends, no laughter, no fun activity, no crazy adventure. That is why you reach for it as often as you do. So I believe the question of how do I use my phone less isn't actually the right one that you need to ask yourself. You need to focus on why you reach for your phone, because you can use it however much as you want, but knowing why you reach for it in those quiet moments is the answer. So there are actually 3 Stoic philosophies that I want to share with you today that will hopefully help you answering that question for yourself, because I don't know where you are in life. I don't know what stage you're at. I don't know how you're feeling. I don't know what your day-to-day life is. But what I do know is that applying these philosophies in some shape or way into your life is what's going to allow you to answer that question of why do I reach for my phone so much, while simultaneously making you reach for it a lot less than usual. The first thing, albeit quite an obvious one, is to simply build something that the phone cannot give you. Seneca actually wrote a letter which gets called now On the Shortness of Life. And we're not actually going to look into the letter itself because that is irrelevant. It is who he wrote it to. And it was directed to a man named Paulinus. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. But he ran the grain supply of Rome. So as you imagine, he was quite the busy person. And he was always managing other people's affairs, lives, tasks, day to day. And never his own. Because the point there is the fact that you can be frantically busy and spend every single minute of the day doing something. Yet, you may live nothing. There's no depth to what it is that you're doing. You're just being busy for the sake of being busy. He also mentioned that we don't actually have a short amount to live. Life is actually quite long. It's just that we have a lot of time to waste. The scroll, essentially just searching and just doom scrolling through social media, is the purest form of wasting time, because it costs you absolutely nothing but the one and only currency you will never be able to gain back: your time. And I don't think you can just simply beat it with sheer willpower alone. You can't just say to yourself, no, I'm not using my phone. I think you beat it by having an alternative. Something that you come back home to every single evening that you're excited to work on. Something that you look forward to every single day. Spending time building your own empire. Honing your physique, your skills, learning a new skill, developing your mindset, your knowledge. Those things are the things you should get excited about when you get back home, because it is a privilege to be able to do them. It is a privilege to be able to work on yourself if you're able, body and mind. If you have those things, it is a privilege to be able to use them. And you should get excited about those things, because the phone cannot give you that. The phone cannot give you this real personal growth. It can only ever sell you an illusion of it. The second thing is as plain and simple as you can get, and it is simply discipline. But the most important thing about discipline is the fact that whatever it is that you're doing must be something you enjoy. Of course, there are going to be moments where you just simply have to grit your teeth and get through it. That's just life in general. When you go to work and you have to get through your shift, sometimes you really cannot be asked, or you have to deal with certain individuals. No matter how resilient or how stoic you are, it can get on your nerves. And today we're not robots. We have emotions, we have feelings, we have bad days, we have good days. We have days where we don't sleep as well as we should. And those things can get to us. So first, build things that you find fun. Choose things that you find enjoyable. Choose things that you would be happy to do for free, and then build your life around it. And then you're never going to have a sad day in your life. Because if you do the things that you love every day, the discipline is actually the easy part, because you're going to want to do it again and again and again. If you really love your cars, why not become a mechanic if you aren't already? If you're a huge gamer, become a streamer, YouTuber. There's nothing stopping you from it apart from yourself. And then being able to continue that fun life and the discipline with it is just simply going to be second nature, because there's not going to be any pushing yourself to do it. There's not going to be forcing yourself into it. You will just simply do. The third thing is to stop apologizing for being the person that simply wants more. A lot of people out there just want to get by. They don't know what they want to do in a week's time or a month's time or a year's time. A lot of people out there just are okay with being the way they are. But you want to be fitter, you want to be smarter, you want to be sharper, faster, more resourceful. That's good. Keep onto that. Latch onto it and make your life about it. Never apologize for wanting to be more, because you're here. People might think that you're being arrogant because you like knowing, or you like doing, or you just simply like to take things on. But that's not the case at all. You do it because you want more out of life. And when you want more, you're going to hear about it from people who aren't able to do the same. Because wanting a life so good, so your phone can't compete with it, isn't about vanity. It may look like that from the outside, but that's fine. Those people can only see what they want to see. You know what your life is. You know what it is about. You know what your mission is. Wanting a life that good is simply another form of self-respect. If you want to make a start on this, I suggest that you block out 1 hour out of 3 days this week, or in this week block, because the chance you might watch this video on a Wednesday. So just go to the next following Wednesday. Block out that hour and make it very specific. Don't just say no phone. Say practice the guitar for 60 minutes. Go on a walk for 60 minutes. Go to the gym for 60 minutes. Make it specific and just make it something different other than phone. Don't use your phone, no phone. Stay away from anything generic like that. Make an activity that's specific enough. And that's it. Just dedicate that 1 hour to that skill. Because every hour spent something you love, that is productive, or that's making you better, is 1 hour less of opportunity that you have to look at your screen. Put the phone in another room, shut that door, and just have a good time. Because I don't think you're actually addicted to your phone. I simply think that you are starved of anything meaningful that you enjoy doing. So pick your craft and just enjoy the moment. If you don't know what it is that you want to enjoy, try everything. Because if you try it once and you don't like it, you're gonna know not to come back to it. And then you can move on to the next thing. And that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you made it this far, I would really appreciate it if you left a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you like content like this, self-improvement with a modern twist of stoicism, I'm gonna leave another video on the screen right here for you to check out. And hopefully I'll see you there. And if I don't, that's okay. I hope you have a lovely day. And maybe I'll see you another time. Bye-bye now.